Hi seniors, this is Mr. Monsma. Hope you're having a good retreat. Anyway, I have been asked to talk a little bit about how to make friends in college. And although I'm a pretty fun, energetic, personable guy, I found it pretty tough my first semester of school. I went to University of Colorado, and it was really far away, like a lot of you guys are going. But I thought the most important thing was just making sure to try to make connections in either your dorm or in classes in your major. I found that at music school, even though my school was at a school of about 30,000 kids, I found that my music school felt so much smaller. I know a lot of you guys are going to big schools as well. So try to find those people in your classes that you can connect to or be in a study group with. You already have something to talk about. It doesn't require a lot of effort to build a relationship with those people because you're excited about the same things. In the dorm, just introducing yourself, making friends, putting yourself out there, even if that's really tough to do. It was for me. I felt really lonely probably my first month. But after a while, I had a really strong network of friends, and even though I've been out of college for about 7 years now, I still keep in really close contact with so many of them. They're all over the country. I have free rooms to stay in New York City, Los Angeles, Maine, Seattle, Portland, so keeping those connections, it's really, really fun and meaningful. So go out there, kick some butt, enjoy your college experience, but try to have a couple moments of bravery to put yourself out there and introduce yourself right away to somebody who is going to be spending time with you anyway. It's fun. Anyway, have fun. Bye.
Seniors, sit back and relax. We have a lot of vital tips for you as you head off to college. Laundry. Learn now if you don't know how. Don't mix red and white or you'll end up with an all-pink mishap.
Make sure you're talking with your parents about budgeting and money, what ATMs are available on campus, and what fees they charge. Should you maybe think about changing what bank you use?
Taking a car? Use this summer to learn some basic car care tips. Be prepared. Do you know how to fix a flat tire? Where do you go for an oil change? How do you add wiper fluid? If you're not taking a car, check with your insurance company. You may be able to get a discount because you won't be driving as frequently.
My advice for college, I have so much. First, don't sleep on the top bunk unless there's a bed rail. And if you need the story, I can tell you sometime, but it was really, really bad. The second thing that I was going to say is make sure to keep in touch with your friends from home. My group of friends had one last hurrah at the end of summer, and that kind of made us less homesick when we were transitioning. Don't be afraid to open your door when you're moving in. Don't shut your door. Prop it open and go around. I remember my brother made me go and borrow a hammer from my neighbor, even though I actually had a hammer. And he said it was how to make friends. I ended up not making friends with that person because she wasn't the nicest person in the world, but it is a great way to make friends. What else can I say? Oh, and I know this sounds like I'm just saying it, but I will say that when I was homesick, which was actually more towards the end of the year, actually, than the beginning, I did go to Mass. It was a nice way to feel connected and to feel like something was normal.
Do you know what this is? If not, it's your medical insurance card. If you've never seen it, ask your mom and dad where it is and where it can be used on campus or around campus.
Packing list. Start now, or better yet, it's your shopping list. Don't forget key items like a flashlight, first aid items, medicine if you get sick, flip-flops for that shower trek down the hall. And also, keep in mind, many residence halls have extra long beds. You might need to look for extra long sheets. Check ahead. Also, a lockable trunk is ideal for storage of electronics. Laptop, camera, iPad, spare camera.
I think going to college and making friends, and there's so many new things to do, I, believe it or not, girls, am not the most outgoing person. I really am an introverted person. And so my tendency was to kind of want to stay in my room and to study in my room. And what I found was the best thing I could do was not even to try new opportunities, but like if I got to class and somebody walked in who was kind of looking like they didn't quite know where to sit, I would just smile. So I would just not always be looking down, and I would look up. And this was before phones. When you do actually look down, look up, make eye contact, smile. I also found that I would do things like I'd go study in the union, or I'd go to the coffee shop and study, just so you could be around other people. And as I said, it was kind of hard for me because my tendency was want to just stay in my room. The other thing about keeping and making friends is to be you. You're going to learn new friends, and you're going to want to do what friends do, but really staying true to yourself, because that's really what attracts you to someone else, and that's what attracts them to you. So staying true to yourself, and I think that really does lead into keeping your faith. Keep going to service, and wherever that is. That might be a Newman Center, that might be a church in the town you end up, but being around people and getting that message and that support, and especially when your days get tough or it gets close to finals, I found that really made a difference too. So if I didn't go home, and I went to UCM, go Mules, and so I always came home on the weekends and could go to church at my home church, but I also found that going to church on campus made a difference. Sometimes it was getting home late on a Sunday and going to church, but just that connection made a difference, just keeping those connections open.
Roommates. If you don't know your roommate, or if you do your roommate, I encourage a lot of communication over the summer. Talk about your commonalities, your likes, your dislikes, set some boundaries. Try and give it a shot if there's struggles in the beginning, but also know that there's someone on your floor that can help you in those types of situations. They don't have to be your best friend. You just have to be able to live together.
Passport. You're 18, passports are good for 10 years. You never know what opportunities arise on short notice. Research opportunities, interviews, think about getting one this summer.
An expanding file. Make sure that you're keeping all of your college receipts, any paperwork received, any financial aid and scholarships. This is your college education. Your colleges are going to ask you, not your parents, about everything that's going on while you're at school.
The way I made sure that I made great friendships in college was by making sure that my door was always open in my dorm room, and always pushing myself outside my comfort zone, never getting stuck in just one friend group, but allowing myself to be friends not only with my sorority sisters, but also the people who were in my academic class and the people who were really not always the same as me. And that always made life a lot more fun, and it gives you a lot more different experiences.
Immunizations. I know you don't want shots, but you may have to get them. Things vary by states, so check ahead and make sure you do it now, not right before you leave.
Meal plans. I'd suggest that you pick a mid-range meal plan. Don't also forget to get the healthy stuff out of the cafeteria. It's always good to grab a piece of fruit when you leave.
Vital numbers and cards. This may sound a bit strange, but a couple years ago I made my daughter unload her wallet and all of her electronics that she planned to take with her on the floor near her home copier. We copied the front and back of all insurance cards, credit cards, debit cards, and created a master list of her electronics with model numbers. Keep one copy at home and take one copy with you, just in case anything gets lost or unfortunately stolen.
Academics. Take this summer to get the lay of the land. Spend some time online familiarizing yourself with the catalog, with the Student Affairs Office. Study the campus map. We suggest a course load of about 15 to 16 hours, but don't bury yourself. Don't be a stranger to your advisor and get to know them just like you have here at STA.
My advice is to be yourself. Whether that's rolling out of bed for an 8 o'clock class, No Shave November, do it. Get out there and make new friends.
Make sure you have an updated copy of your resume on Google Docs. You'll need it to join clubs and activities once you get to campus.
Girls, remember that your phone is always there. It's okay to call your parents for advice. It's okay to text your parents for advice. You're quickly going to realize how valuable that time spent with your parents is and how much you're going to miss them.
Activities and orientation. Attend all events offered at orientation. There's always free food and free college t-shirts. Meet as many people as possible. New students, student leaders, professors, administrators. so you'll have contacts when classes start. Don't be a stranger to your academic advisor. They can be very helpful.
Check your email all the time. It's how most of your professors and activities keep in touch with you. They use texting for emergency alerts only, but email will be your number one way to communicate.
And yes, you might get homesick. If that's the case, check out Dart News Online and stay up to date on all the STA happenings. Good luck!
We're excited for you guys as you graduate class of 2015.
My advice for success at college would be to really put yourself out there, and the best way to do so is in your dorm rooms, in those common areas. Hang out in them. Take a deck of cards, take your homework, and just sit and hang out and meet the people that live in the dorm with you. That's where I made my best friends. And then also just get out there and try new things. Find a club or an intramural sport or something to get involved with to really build a team and make great friends.
Advice for you going off to college would be stay true to yourself. Stay true to your values. Do what you love to do, and the rest will follow. Find friends that are going to support you and build you up instead of tear you down. My daughter Marina Vianello just went off to college. She's a freshman at George Mason University, and she's dancing, so she's doing what she loves. I think if you do that, the rest will follow.
Hi, seniors. When I think of giving advice, I think of things that I did not do. So I will encourage all of you as you move on from STA to really take time to get to know yourselves, to try to create space in your life to discover who you are and not who maybe other people think you should be or who you think you should be. Go easy on yourself. Try to be willing to forgive yourself for mistakes and be willing to take risks. One of my favorite quotes is that life is an experiment, so try to look at it that way, and above all, have fun. Good luck.
You know, college is such, at least for me, it was such a completely foreign world and different place. I think it's important to, number one, stay true to who you are individually. I also think it's important to stay close to family and friends that you have now, because they're going to help keep you grounded. When you do go to college, don't be afraid to branch out and meet new people. And I think the best way to do that is to do that through various clubs and organizations throughout campus and getting involved as well too. I think that's really going to help you meet new people, but it's also going to help you to surround people who are going to be positive and help you remain grounded in who you are and also in who your faith as well too.
Senior class, this is Mr. Hain, wishing you well on your journey from St. Teresa's to the next segment of your life. A little reflection about just always staying true to your roots. Know who you are and know that you are gifted, special, unique, and that you have so much to offer. You will find out what that is, and you'll be able to change the world. I always think of it as you're not really leaving St. Teresa's and your roots of Kansas City or wherever you're from and the values and traditions of your family, but you're extending them and that you're branching out and offering them to other people. So don't forget that you are loaded with gifts and talents, and stay strong. And you are wonderful, strong women, and I wish you the best of luck.
Hi peeps! Here's my advice for you. So, when you're in college, 1, make good decisions, and 2, the answer is always Jesus.
Girls, congratulations on finishing up one season of your life, and now you're going into a most important season. I want you to just remember this one thing. Don't get behind. If you do, you'll have a difficult time catching up. And remember that God has a plan for you. Don't get in too big of a hurry. Wait for Him to tell you what He's going to do with you. Thanks, and congratulations.